Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my singing journey. I just want to specifically talk to you guys today about my singing classes, how I was before I started my singing class and how I am now, like what I've learned, how my voice has changed. So let's get all into it. So first I'm going to start with what I knew before going to my singing class. And one of the first things that I've noticed, like looking back now, is how I listen to music. First, I knew that I love music. I've always loved music. Music has been a part of my entire life. And I've always listened to different types of genres of music. And I also remember being when my dad would drop me off to school, and in the morning I would be singing all the Disney songs. I knew them word by word, okay? I knew them all by word, and I would be singing them, and I just have such a fun memories with music. And music has always been a part of my life, and I use music in different ways. But I noticed that I started to listen to music differently after I started to take my singing lesson. I gained so much, even more respect for the people that I listen to, and I noticed that I started to listen to music differently when my wonderful teacher, my wonderful music teacher, she started giving me different music repertoire selections for me to learn. We started with a bit of classical music, but throughout my whole journey with my singing teacher, we've always done different types of music. Along the way, my teacher would switch it up and we would do a bit of jazz, a bit of, just different elements with all type of music. And I found that when I listen to music now, but also when me and my teacher would go over it, I found that there is different techniques that genres use. They would sing a type of way. Obviously, it sounds different, but when I pull back and I actually would sing the different types of songs, they actually really use different techniques to get the sound out, how they want it. And I think that's beautiful because music could be brought all together. Another song that I love to sing in practice with my singing teacher is Almost There by that scared me. It's Almost There by Princess and the Frog. That was another song that I practiced with my teacher. I love that song dearly, I really do. And that song, it helps me be comfortable with being louder, because when I first started my class, I remember I was like, I didn't want to be so loud with my music teacher, and I just didn't sing loud in general. So after that song, I feel like I really got out and making my sound louder and clearer, because I used to be you know what I mean? It would be more just not loud. So I think that also helped with me getting my sound out, making my sound smoother. So basically, learning different genres helped me be more appreciative of how they are sung and how I can approach the way I sing and how I can take different elements, and I just appreciate all different types of music. So also something I started is vocal exercises. And vocal exercises, I kind of did not really. I knew what vocal exercises were, but I didn't really do them. I remember in middle school, I think my music teacher, we had to do some vocal exercises, but it was a one-off thing that we learned. Yeah. And I also would watch vocal warm-ups online, but I didn't really actively practice them. But I really learned how these vocal warm-ups would help me before I sing a song, before I present a song, and just in general. My favorite exercise that I do with my teacher and I still do this, is E-O, I-O. That's my favorite one because it really just takes you through all the scales. But guys, there's some hard ones that I go through with my teacher, and I'm just trying to keep getting better and better at them. But when my teacher first introduced me to these vocal exercises, guys, I felt silly. I remember I felt a little bit silly. I just remember I felt oh, am I doing it right? Because with vocal exercises, the whole point is it's not supposed to be perfect. You're warming up your voice. That's literally the whole point. But in my head, I remember I was ugh, when my voice was being a little shaky, or when I had a voice crack, I was like, no. So I remember feeling like that, but that's literally the whole point of doing vocal exercises when I first started, is to get better and better at them, and they're supposed to warm up your voice. If you haven't been singing all day, it's okay if you get a little shake, if you're shaky here, or you get a little cracked voice here. So that's what I had to learn over time, but I remember feeling that way at first. And I remember just feeling a little bit defeated because I wanted to be strong with the vocal warm-ups. I wanted to get them right the whole time. I wanted my placement of my jaw and the way I'm shaping my mouth and the way the sound is coming out to be really good. Like, no, it was I just had to keep getting better and better at it, so it's about practice and not being so hard on yourself. Understanding the whole point of the exercise, and that's the whole point, to exercise your voice. To not only warm up my voice, but I also like to hear like the evolution of how healthy the note is coming out. Also, how I can use little tricks throughout it to make it better each time. I also think that vocal exercises help me with my muscle memory, because sometimes when I sing, I have my mouth inward when it should be outward. It's just like small little different things that can just make the sound come out better. So like if I'm going, yeah. But at the end of the day, like I was saying, it's important. I still sing out, but it adds a muscle every single time, like muscle memory. It adds every single time. So like if you have problems with that, like don't beat yourself up, because you can just keep getting better and better. It's just about practice. And I actually still do a lot of the vocal exercises that my teacher gives me. I still do them, even the old ones we started with, but it starts to get like, oh, we're adding this and we're adding this, so it's a bit different each time. And sometimes it actually, not each time, I wouldn't say that, it just depends on the different vocal exercises that we're doing, but like the A-E-I-O-U, that one is always like usually the same. But with certain other exercises that we do in my class, it becomes a little bit different depending on how far I've got, or sometimes we make it higher, like me doing sometimes we get it higher that day and see how high I can go. So it all depends on my progress and stuff like that. So don't beat yourself up about it. Vocal exercises also allowed me to grow my head voice, my chest voice, and speaking of that, chest voice and head voice, something that I've learned in my singing class is also like music dialogue. And learning about music dialogue really helped me to pinpoint what I wanted to get better at, instead of saying, oh, it's like this, or like that, like not really understanding what I was trying to describe. Is that I think have helped me pinpoint what I try to describe. Also just helped me identify with myself and my teacher what I'm actually trying to say when I'm talking about certain things that I struggle with, or that I think I'm doing really good at. Before going to my class, I knew what my chest voice was. I knew it was called a chest voice, and at the time I would say that was my main voice, I guess you can say, because I would use the chest voice more. I really didn't understand the concept of the head voice until taking my classes. I would look it up. I kind of would get it, but I feel like I didn't really understand until I took my class. But I would use the chest voice more when I would sing. I feel like my head voice has gotten way better, and I've gotten way more comfortable. I remember my teacher actually explaining to me about my mixed voice, and I actually used my mixed voice a lot, but I didn't even know I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what to identify it as. I just was singing, and I thought it was all one, but then I learned that, okay, there's the head, there's the chest, and here's the mix. So it's cool to put words to things when you don't understand what you're talking about. It's kind of hard to describe what you're trying to say. Paying attention to words like my diction, my resonance, about my larynx, the placement of my tongue. Those words really helped me when I was trying to reduce the tension, helped me sing and feel relaxed when I sing. I remember one time me and my teacher had to do virtual, we did like a virtual one because it was snowing and I just haven't seen her in a bit. So I was like, okay, we can do the virtual. guys, no, I don't like that. I really don't, because I feel like I'm not getting it right, like something's delayed over the computer. So frustrating. Like in real time, getting critiqued really helps me because when my teacher is helping me and telling me why this note is taking some time for me to hit, or why I feel so comfortable in this note, it really gave me time to reflect after and in that moment. And after I would come from my classes, I would write down what I needed to do better on and what I am doing better on. It just feels different in person, so I really like meeting my teacher in person. That's just a side note. Just literally understanding how your voice operates is just gonna be more better for you. It's better for me personally. Like understanding how my voice operates, it gives me a sense of okay, I didn't know that before, I know it now. In elementary school, I remember learning do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but after that, I don't know if we learned that anymore. I feel like they dropped that or something, because I did not remember it anymore. So yeah. In my last video, I showed you guys Come Rashidi So. I did a vlog and I showed you guys, I took you guys to class with me, and that song really helps me with paying attention to my diction. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and check that video, go ahead and check it out. But also, something that I've noticed completely is how much breathing really matters. I did not know or understand how much breathing matters when you're singing. I mean, of course you're using your breath when you're getting a note out, but taking my singing classes, I would just sing, sing. But after taking my singing classes, I noticed, I learned that it's how you approach before you're singing, how much breath are you taking, and how you're using your diaphragm as well. And that's another thing that Was There by Princess and the Frog song taught me, is how much breathing matters. I really learned how to direct my breathing in that song. I think it was in the chorus directly when I was like, okay, and when it was clicking to me, like, okay, I need to. And it's not like you're shocking yourself breathing. It's really more of a motion type. My voice has changed in general. Before taking my classes, I just like hearing a note, I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, no, I can't do it. I just don't know how to approach it the way I should do. I just thought my voice was just one thing, one dimensional, but no, it's not. My voice has variety. I felt like I was holding my voice back because I was scared of going to the next level. As long as I'm being healthy with my voice and I'm not taking it to a limit that it doesn't need to go, or I'm pushing my voice too hard, then I'm okay. I'm working with my singing teacher, my wonderful singing teacher now for 2 whole years, and I am just so happy about it. I feel every time I go to class, I'm like, yeah, it feels like a second home. I love practicing singing. So it's just all around. To me, it's about that I just want to build my music muscle memory and I'm doing that with something I love. I love what I have, and I love just adding to it and learning a lot more. Because I also think it's very important, I forgot to add this in the video, but I also think it's very important if you're looking for a vocal teacher, to make sure that the vocal teacher is willing and is happy to cater to your style of singing. I first met my teacher, she already off the bat said, I know how I can help you with certain things, and we literally went through all different types of genres, but I still have the core of how I sing anyways. So I think it's very important if you're looking for a vocal teacher to find someone that respects your art and just wants to help you excel in what you like to do. So yeah, when looking for a vocal teacher, make sure that you have ideas or you have notes that you want them to hit, bullet points that you want them to be good in, because you don't want a vocal teacher that doesn't support you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you stayed this far into the video, thank you so much. And I say you put, let's see what emoji. Is there a cow emoji? Maybe put a cow emoji. I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my head. Put a cow emoji. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.